Another week, another millionaire celebrity explaining morality from inside a gated mansion protected by private security, paid for with capitalism. Because nothing screams revolution like a $14 million property tax bill. Today I'm decoding celebrity hypocrisy, but not the subtle kind. No. We're talking stadium level hypocrisy, Grammys, Super Bowl, private jets. Let's decode this. Welcome back to Charisma Daily. Now, last week, Billie Eilish took to the stage and bravely declared America is stolen land. So powerful, so emotional, so geographically inconvenient for someone living in a $14 million mansion. Because apparently, borders are immoral, ICE is evil, nobody is illegal. But property lines around Billie's house? Sacred, untouchable, spiritually binding. What a coincidence. But here's the reality. Commentators quickly notice something strange. If America is stolen land, shouldn't Billy return her mansion to the Tonga tribe, while whose land it historically sits on? Wild concept, I know. Some critics even joked about serving her an eviction notice on behalf of the tribe, which is honestly
According to a local
fire.
tribe out in California, she built her mansion on property that belongs to Native Americans. We talked to the Tongva tribe out in Southern Cal who says she's living on their property, saying this in part as the first people of the greater Los Angeles basin. We do understand that her home is situated on our ancestral land. Eilish hasn't contacted her tribe directly regarding her property. So back in 2020, comedian Ricky Gervais was ahead of this. He said, please do not get up here and use the stage as a platform for politics, saying in part, you're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. Now mocking Grammy winners because he said they're doing it again, saying they're still not listening. So celebrities had their pins on that said ICE out at the Grammys, but DHS says while they were kind of complaining on stage, their team was arresting people in Minnesota, dozens of people who they say were in the country illegally, like sex offenders, child abusers, and criminals convicted of assault, according to DHS. And it's not the first time Billie Eilish has called out ICE, okay? She says that the agency is a terrorist organization and is called to defund the police, but it's the same police she called back in 2023 when investigators say someone broke into her California home. So we'll see what she has to say about it now.
Well, I know her agents are going out of their minds. I mean, it's the first lesson 101 for celebrity. As you rise up, whether you're a film star, music star, or whatever, shut your mouth and just entertain.
This isn't activism, it's virtue signaling, a moral performance that costs the speaker absolutely nothing. The rule is simple: if the sacrifice is real, the activism disappears.
What does she mean by stolen land? Radical communists like Billie Eilish, who profits handsomely, I might add, from American capitalism, believe that America was stolen from the Native Americans, meaning that we have no right to enforce laws today, chiefly immigration laws. By the way, Billie Eilish lives in a $14 million mansion in Los Angeles on property that was once inhabited by the Tongva tribe. So far as we can tell, she hasn't taken any steps to return her mansion and surrounding property to its rightful owners, but we'll keep you posted.
Next up, Bad Bunny, the revolutionary hero who bravely headlined the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show while performing almost entirely in Spanish. Stunning out courage? I don't know about that. Nothing terrifies the system like performing at the largest corporate broadcast in America, sponsored by Apple and watched by millions. Truly underground resistance. But here's the thing: Bad Bunny even limited some mainland US performances and framed the moment as representing its culture and history. Accept global fame, accept Super Bowl money, accept corporate sponsorship, but still claim to resisting the machine. That's not rebellion, that's hypocrisy.
You might not like the truth, but I'll never tell a lie. Bad Bunny, when you speak for Latinos, you speak for your self, homeboy, somebody who actually lives in Puerto Rico, which you don't, I can tell you that the majority of people here call him Benito el Comunista. Benito, the communist. Because when it comes to Bad Bunny, two things can be true at the same time. You could be an amazing musician and make great music, but you can also have garbage ass political views. And what's happening with the Super Bowl is nothing but a political stunt. In Puerto Rico, Bad Bunny is part of the political party that wants independence for Puerto Rico. He has extreme leftist views. Think AOC with auto-tune. And I want to say that as a gay man, please stop pandering to the gay community. Very inauthentic. And you being a role model for boys or pushing hyper-feminization, something I don't fuck with. See, while he's out screaming independence for Puerto Rico, he's doing it all from his Malibu mansion while flying private from here to there. Yet he wants Puerto Ricans to give up their passport. Well, newsflash, Benito. If you want Puerto Ricans to give up their U.S. citizenship and their passports, you should be the first one in line. Lead by example. But you won't do it, will you? So while you're out here selling "We should hate America" to young Puerto Rican men, I find it absolutely ironic that you're doing it all while living what? The American dream. Yeah, you see, he believes that us Puerto Ricans should give up our citizenship, yet he's out here fighting for illegals to get green cards. How the fuck does that shit work, homeboy? You're a walking contradiction. Let me tell you something. I grew up in New York, and I have the things that I have, and I'm at where I'm at because of my U.S. citizenship. Puerto Ricans are literally the only ones in Latin America that can go to any state without any hassle. We were given the golden ticket. Now this clown wants to go ahead and take it away to give it to illegals. I don't think so, homeboy. So what, you're gonna go to the Super Bowl with the president there, trying to make a political statement? Well, let me tell you something. 48% of Latino men voted for Trump. That's the majority. So I don't know who your demographic is right now. I also find it quite hilarious that you like to bash President Trump, yet you always conveniently leave out all the horrible, corrupt governments that these people are fleeing from. Why don't you call out those leaders? Because that doesn't fit your agenda, does it? That's right. Bad Bunny, brought to you by Venezuela. Because see, what pisses me off is that he's out here using his platform to paint Latinos as victims. Newsflash, homeboy, we voted for all this. Oh, that's right. We voted for President Trump to secure that border and deport any motherfucker that came in here illegally. Oh, Bad Bunny cancels his U.S. tour because of President Trump. No. This is not against President Trump. This is against your very own fans. Let's call out the hypocrisy, homeboy. Your millions come from American banks. You get paid in American dollars. Your Nike and Adidas deal? Oh, American companies. And your luxury lifestyle? All built on the capitalism that you pretend to hate so much. And your money being stored in American banks. You're out here wanting to play revolutionary while at the same time collecting capitalist checks. Don't be a hypocrite, and don't ignore the Puerto Ricans who have built a life in the United States. Not to mention all the Puerto Ricans serving in our military. So you can continue to cancel concerts over President Trump, but President Trump isn't the problem. No, it's your hypocrisy that's the problem. As a great artist can be an absolutely terrible political influence.
Now, one thing I know for sure, modern celebrity activism works like this. Denounce America, profit from America, repeat during award seasons, revolution, but with premium seating. And finally, Bernie Sanders, champion of the working class, enemy of billionaires, defender of the climate, and reportedly spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on private jets while promoting climate policy, which makes sense, right? Because nothing reduces carbon emissions like flying private to explain why you shouldn't.
Far left champagne socialists, AOC Senator Bernie Sanders, now caught flying private jets, flying like oligarchs on their so-called Fighting Oligarchy tour. Fox News reporter Alexandria Hoff joins us from the Washington Bureau with more. Alexandria.
Well, the National Republican Congressional Committee is calling this brand of politics champagne socialism. We have video here captured by a source and shared with Fox News Digital. It shows Senator Bernie Sanders and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez deboarding a private jet in Sacramento as part of a series of stops in their rally tour out west. Now, the cost to charter this particular aircraft, about $15,000 an hour.
You have one man, one person, Mr. Musk, owning more wealth than the bottom half of American households.
According to an NRCC spokesperson, quote, Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez demand Americans surrender their pickup trucks, air conditioning, and meat from the luxe leather seats of their private jets that cost more per hour than most Americans earn in months. And Green New Deal sponsor, Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, was snapped traveling first class to a rally earlier this month. The person who took the photo shared it exclusively with the New York Post and stated this, quote, nothing says power to the people like ignoring voters looking to say hello and reclining in first class while tweeting about income inequality. And moving up to private greatly increases the carbon footprint of a traveler. Emissions from a single private jet flight are the same as the emissions produced by a person living in Sweden over the course of an entire year. Elizabeth?
So here's the decode. This is the same pattern again. Rules for you, exceptions for them. Applause from the media, not socialism, champagne socialism with extra leg room. But the bigger pattern here, notice the common thread. 1, moral messaging without personal cost. 2, symbolism replacing action. And 3, media protection from scrutiny. Because the goal isn't change, the goal is status. Virtue signaling is the new red carpet.
Not Billie out here frolicking around on stolen land like she owns the place. Now walk with me. Privileged liberal white women are always at the scene of the crime. I'm going to be patient with Billie Eilish just because birds of a feather healed me. But girl, I need you to read the room. I get it, some of the people that you love are ice collectibles, but there are dozens of young girls who would love to attend your next concert, but they can't because they were killed by the same people that you're protecting. You are surrounded by security, have multiple walls around your mansion, and are ultimately too rich to be affected by the terrible ideas that you're promoting. And Belisha, you are the same girl who criticized billionaires for existing as if you're not one cosmetic line away from being one yourself. So please stop drowning us in your virtue signaling and put yourself in a bath because you look musty.
And in closing, let's review. America is evil, but celebrity mansions stay. Capitalism is corrupt, but Super Bowl checks clear. Climate change is urgent, but private jets depart on time. And we're told this is moral leadership. No, this is performance. Hollywood isn't leading a revolution, it's selling one. And if this episode made you uncomfortable, good. Because discomfort is what happens when virtue signaling meets reality. We don't do celebrity worship here, we do clarity. Remember to like and comment as I want to hear your thoughts on this. Also subscribe to Kharisma Daily. Until next time, take care and bye for now.
Says nobody's illegal on stolen land. I'm not even sure I should do right now. I got a recommendation for you. How about you shut the fuck up? Nobody gives a shit what you have to say. Just sing. Nobody gives a shit. On stolen land. What is this? I guarantee you, she has made no effort whatsoever to return her home. And I know you've heard it 1,000 times because it's just so, it's almost become like a cliche. Give it back. Just give it back. If it's stolen land, then just give yours. Why don't you start? How about this? Hey, Bill, do you go by Bill? I don't really care. Okay. Bill, I got an idea. You're probably worth, I don't know, 10 million, 20 million. I don't know. I'm not a singer. I don't know the revenue model. I know this revenue model. I don't know. She's probably worth 10, 20 milli. How about you go out? You don't even, tell you what, I don't even turn over your house. I'm not even asking you to do that. Take about 10 milli, go buy up a bunch of like lots, and then return them to the people you think they were stolen from. Well, I don't know who there's. Of course you don't. Nobody else does either. People die. Tribes went to war. Indian tribes went to war. We went to war with the Brits. The French went to war in Indochina. It happens all the time. There is no such thing as stolen land. There is land people live on, and there's land people don't live on. Okay? This stolen land bullshit in the United States, give it back. All these universities, they start off there. They do these university ceremonies and graduation. They're like, we're going to do a land acknowledgement. Here are 72 generations of people who lived here. Dude, a guy lived in my house before I bought it too. Did I steal it from him? Do you have, are you people morons? Bill, go buy up some land and just do a genealogy thing or whatever. Dig up the soil to see do a DNA test on 27andMe or whatever the hell it is. And just give it to, I'll tell you what, I promise you, Bill, I will do another segment on the show and extend mad respect to you. I will be like, hey, At least she's not a shit talker. She won't do it. She's not. No one's illegal on stolen land. Actually, we have this thing called the law. You are illegal. If you violate the law to come here, by default, you are illegal.